as we enter into the new year, what we're seeing when it comes to the state of Illinois is massive non-compliance. So I want to take a minute, and obviously I don't know what the numbers are. I think a lot of people can speculate of who has ARs, but it's not just those. It's also, you know, anything that has a double stack magazine holds more than 10. And it's also all those magazines themselves. Like, you know, if you're a gun card carrier in Illinois, you have to register any gun that fits that description and any accessories that fit in there as well. So it's about items, you know. But what I do know is that 6% of this country has an AR on average. It's obviously going to vary. I'm sure that number is much higher in places like Wyoming, for example. But if you just take the average of 6%, there's 12.5 million people in the state of Illinois. You know, I don't know if this is really even fair. I'm just going to use this because you got to include Chicago and all, you know. But anyhow, look, roughly what you're looking at is you're looking at about 750,000 ARs if they fit the national average. That's a big if. So, so far, there's been about 25,000 items registered. And again, that number doesn't include Glocks, SIGs, Smith & Wessons, CZs, and go on and on and on about double stack magazines and all the magazines. You know, I mean, I have an AR and I definitely have more than one magazine, and most people do. So we're really talking about millions of items potentially. Now, what happens with this? What are they going to do about it? Is there going to be mass confiscation? Because I did a video yesterday about how the ATF can reverse trace and find out who has those guns. I'll put the link there. But I said in that video, and I'll say it again, like I mean, that's a massive effort. I don't see that happening necessarily. I definitely am not aware of it happening. So I just want to take a look at massive confiscation. You know, what does that look like? Because so far, virtually almost every sheriff, with the exception of Chicago and those areas, has said that they will not enforce it at all. That they find it unconstitutional, and there's lack of it. They just count them out, is ultimately what they said. So you definitely won't have the counties doing anything about it. When it comes to the state police, it's just such a small number of individuals that they really could not endeavor in such things, because they're managing things like the highways and such, the lakes and the other stuff that they patrol. You know, when it comes to helping the ATF track down unregistered gun holders, I would say that the state police have been involved in virtually nothing involved with that. I could be wrong. I'm sure somewhere down the road there's the occasional, let's partner up with the ATF to arrest this guy, you know, but not anything where we're gonna go, okay, we don't know who has these guns, we're just gonna start confiscating them or arresting people. So let's start going through the list. Never that. Like, they've never engaged in anything like that, ever. And that I'm aware of. So as a result, you have the state police totally unprepared. You know, I don't know how many ATF agents are in that district, but I'm willing to bet it's less than 100. So really, I don't see any efforts by the legal system as far as banging on doors at all. Love to hear your thoughts on it. Any insight you might have on it as well, but I just want to say that, you know, the sheriffs aren't coming unless you live in a few counties, but those are the inner cities. And the state police, I don't believe, are coming either. Not in a, you know, not, they might come for like a guy who happens to have a lot of other issues going on that also fits in that category. But they're not just going to start making lists of anybody that has a FICA card and or the ATF doing a reverse trace on, you know, 12.5 million people. So there you go. Any thoughts or insight on that? Definitely put it below.